Is this you? I mean, me personally, I've never done this to someone, but I've wanted to. I mean, good have I wanted to. But this is real life. We can't just go around doing this to people. No matter how much we may want to, we can't. So, how do we go from this to this? I mean, hey, we all been there. Simple answer, practice. But I know you didn't click on this video to hear that. You came for specifics. Let's dive in. First things first. If you're sitting here thinking that one day, magically, you'll never have another bad mood, or you'll never have another bad day again, don't. Bad days, bad moods, whatever you want to call them, they're all a part of life. We all get them. But it's up to us to decide how long they last. Step 1. Remove yourself from the situation. Whether that's going into a different room or a different area, or even just plugging in your headphones. The goal is to be by yourself, whether that's physically or mentally. Preferably by yourself physically, but not everyone has that luxury, so be by yourself. Step 2. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling, whether that's anger, sadness, whether you want to cry or scream. Let yourself go through those motions. You're feeling that way for a reason, and the faster you go through the motions, the faster you get over it. There's no real time frame for this step, but remember, we don't want to stay in this zone for too long. We don't want to stay here. That's why there's multiple steps. You do want to allow yourself, give yourself that grace to feel whatever you're feeling, because whatever you're feeling is valid. So feel it. Step 3. Take a nice deep breath. Well, not just a deep breath. Deep breathing exercises. If you're not familiar with it, Google's free, but a quick example would be the 4-6-8 count breathing technique. Being when you inhale through your nose for about a count of 4 seconds. You hold for about 6 seconds, and then you exhale through your mouth for a count of 8 seconds. There's tons of variations and different types of breathing exercises. Again, Google's free, but regardless of whichever one you choose, just do one that works for you. Do at least 4 sets of these, or until you physically feel more relaxed. You're less tensed, and overall, you're in a better mood. Now, you don't have to be a Mother Teresa type calm or zen, but you do have to be less defensive, or in less of a defensive state. Step 4. Replaying the situation. Now that we've removed ourselves, gone through the motion, and took some nice deep breaths, we should be able to replay the situation in an unbiased point of view. Meaning, we should be able to do a play-by-play of what just happened and see it as if it were happening to someone else on TV. Some may not be able to do this just yet. You can either repeat the previous steps, see if you're able to look at it at an unbiased point, or you can kind of skip that part. You want to ask yourself if the initial response could have been better. If the answer is yes, ask yourself, how could it have gone differently, or what could you have done differently? Still, some may not be ready for the step, and that's okay. We're all in different places in our lives. You may be the type of person that benefits more at doing the next step before even approaching this step. Step number 5. Do something that makes you happy, that brings you joy, or even just puts a smile on your face, whether that's going for a walk, listening to music, or even eating your favorite snacks. Do something to help weed out at least a little bit of happiness. Positivity is just as contagious as negativity, so why not spread the love instead of spread the hate?
Maybe I should give my bad mood a cuddle.
So now that we've removed ourselves from the situation, gave ourselves some leeway to feel whatever we needed to feel, we've took some nice deep breaths. We've even looked at what just happened again, and even trying to make ourselves happy. Now it's time for step 6. And if we're not ready, that's okay. Go ahead and repeat the last few steps until your moods change just a little bit. You don't have to be SpongeBob level happy. You just have to have a clear mind and make rational decisions, preferably unbiased. That brings us to our last and final step, step 6, confronting the situation. Now, the most important part of this step is to not confront the situation the same way we did originally. That's what kind of brought us here to begin with. Now, in order for us to successfully confront the situation, we need to be able to think things clear and thoroughly, be able to see things unbiasedly, and most importantly, be in an overall less defensive and overwhelmed state. So now that you have all the tools, steps, tips, and tricks, time to put them to use. I dare you, next time you find yourself in an overwhelming or stressful situation, whether it be at work, school, home, grocery store, traffic, gas station, you name it, put them to use. Try them out. See what happens. See the difference. And if you're bold enough, comment. I love a good story. Well, there's nothing much more I could teach you today. Time for me to go to bed. See ya. Happy hunting.